Right, well, okay then. Hello everybody, and welcome to CK2. Yeah, my kingdom. My beautiful kingdom. Well, we can get it back. It's just going to take some work. That's all. After the catastrophic events of last episode, well, the current state of things is thus. We have lost the crown, but we are still quite powerful in our own right within the kingdom as a duchy. Now, I've got two duchy titles. My main power base is, well, in terms of the actual most developed county, it's got to be the Western Isles. But I've also got some very nice holdings in other bits of the country as well. So, in terms of my actual power as a duke, I hold more land than the current king, the usurper king, Simon Buchanan here. So it's just a matter of really getting enough support to topple him. Now, he's got his own problems right now. Having completely knocked me off the bigger chair, he has inherited the civil war that I was dealing with, the first one. So he's got three rebellious dukes to deal with. So he's got his own issues. But it's probably not the best time for me to immediately try and come back at him, because he will, I think, have more troops available than me. So I've got to get some more vassals to come over, or more of his vassals, my fellow dukes, to come over to my side. We've basically got to start a faction, and it has to be a faction because I don't have a plot available that I can like just assassinate him and take the throne back. Now, I've got a couple of things against me. Apart from the fact that I am now only a duke, the biggest one is that nobody particularly likes Duke Jirachi here. And his stats aren't very good. And in particular, his intrigue stat is absolutely bloody awful. Now, it's not helped by the fact that he's got the slow trait, which is just -3 to everything. Although, ironically, even though he's slow, his best trait or his best stat is still learning at 9. So I don't know how that works. He's slow, but he's still really smart somehow. So maybe he's just like really slow on the uptake, but when he does learn stuff, he just remembers it forever. I've got no idea how you'd kind of reconcile those two, but anyway. And the other bad news is my martial stat and my diplomacy stat are really also quite low. They're 3 each, so persuading people to come to my cause is not going to be easy, and actually fighting is not going to be that easy. And this is obviously also going to have a direct impact on the number of troops I can raise. So the very first thing I'm going to do is look at the state of my own duchy. Even before I unpause, I've got 1 count and a bunch of barons, and the count himself doesn't like me very much. And so he's actually a Jedi himself. Prince Bishop Jedi of Durham. Well, he's fake Scottish, so Jedi is a perfectly valid fake Scottish name, as we all know. So what I can do is actually see if I've got any honorary titles to pass around, and I do. So we're going to go with Cupbearer because that gives +15 and the others only give +10. So, okay. Otherwise, the Mayor of Dublin. And he'd be a useful one to have like me a bit more because for your city vassals, having better opinion means better income. The Baron of Tetushi's next on that list, but we don't care about him so much. Bishop of Iona, Mayor of Stornoway. We'll actually go for the Mayor of Stornoway. Honorary title, Master of the Horse. There we go. So what else? Well, the laws have changed, basically. Now, if I look at laws, it's saying Tanistry, but I don't know if it will stick as Tanistry. This is me having paused not long after the events of the other video. So we can... Why did I don't know. That's what I want to click on. We can look at the Crown Laws of Scotland and see that that's agnatic, cognatic, gavelkind. And actually, having split up the... not even split up the crowns, having removed the other 2 crowns has worked in my favours. It's paid dividends, as it turns out. because if all 3 crowns had still been in existence, a Gavelkind succession would have meant my beautiful Scotland that I've worked so hard to build up would have just been split. So that's not going to happen, at least. There will still be a Scotland for me to fight for. But it does mean that when I do take it back, and even if it's not within the lifetime of Jirahi, I've got a strong claim. This can be inherited by anybody that comes after me. So, even if it's not within the lifetime of Jirahi, it does mean that whoever does come back to be King of Scotland, which will happen, goddammit, I will make it happen. It's then going to be a difficult period of me hoping for 10 years after that until I can make succession laws that my king doesn't die, because that's going to make things that much messier. So the king is weak, but Scotland as a whole is still fairly strong. So although there is this rebellion he's inherited, I suspect Scotland will win. So there's something to fight for. Now, having a low intrigue is probably going to bite me in the ass. I can't plot to get the crown back. However, I can create... wrong thing. I can create a faction. And there are actually already several factions that have sprung up. Because this is not a particularly strong kingship. This guy, Simon Buchanan, even though he's married to MacJedi, he does not have... if we can look at his vassal opinion. Some of them really like him. Some of them really don't. Some of them are really split. And you can see there, I like him least of all because this is quite accurate, really, because he's usurped my crown, goddammit. But there are some quite powerful other vassals that don't have a particularly high opinion of him, so it's maybe not going to be easy to convince some of these people. But some of the other dukes are also MacJedis. I mean, this guy, for some reason, has a rather higher opinion of him than I like, but the Duke of Mercia, for instance, I think the Duke of Ulster, who's currently rebelling, he's also a MacJedi, so I might be able to get some of these other MacJedi dukes on my side. But you might have noticed in the factions page, there is already the Duke of Mercia, he has a faction to try and claim back the crown. So it might be the MacJedis get the crown back, but it's not me. It might be another branch of the MacJedis, in which case we're trying to, at that point, maybe engineer a succession, or even I could just, load up the game and play as a different character if I was going to be really, about it. There were actually a surprising number of comments of people saying from that last episode, just reload from a previous save file. But where's the fun in that? I mean, I could do. But one of the joys of CK2 is getting situations like this and then working to get yourself out of it. It's like playing Kerbal Space Program and something goes wrong and yeah, you could just revert flight or go back to a quick save, but sometimes it's actually more fun to look at the thing that's gone wrong and then think, right, okay, I'm going to build a rescue mission, or what can I do to get out of this with the resources I have to hand? That kind of like accepting that a thing has gone wrong and then building off the base of that to, do something with it. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to do something. We're going to plot to get the crown back. So I could back Duke Ferro of Mercia, but I'm going to start my own faction, as you see that I can. I can actually back a bunch of people, but no, we're going to... God, there is actually quite a few that I can... lots of people. But anyway, no, we're going to back myself. And as you can see, my actual power, my military strength, is nearly... it's over 2/3 that of my liege, so... oh, I'm looking at the wrong place. Well, it is still over 2/3. It's not quite as powerful as this faction. He's already persuaded. He's actually in 2 factions. What? Duke Kenneth of Lothian is backing 2 horses. Well, I mean, okay. Yeah, but basically, okay. It's still not bad. I've still got 2/3 of the strength of my liege, so I do need some people to come and back me. And it's basically going to be a matter of persuading people to back me. So if I can look at the kingdom list and have a look at his vassals. Now, who might want to back me? The Duke of Lothian is reasonably powerful. Actually, no, he's... Well, kind of. He's got a couple of... the Duke of... this guy. The Duke of this guy. That's Albany, right? He'd be a better one, but I think he might actually like... Yeah, he's behind King Buchanan all the way. I don't know why. I don't know why he likes King Buchanan quite so much. Fort 4. Okay, I guess because he backed the guy. Who's at the bottom of the list? The Duke of Lothian. I mean, it would be a start. Can I get him? I can't remember how. It's been a while since I've done anything with factions, so I can't remember how you can get people into factions. It might be that you just have to start a faction and hope that they join. I could send him a gift. Our relations to each other are not that great, but... oh no, that's way too much. I am losing money at the moment because, I mean, one of the other advantages I've got going alongside the fact that I am quite a powerful duke is I still have my full retinues. Now, the retinue cap has shrunk considerably from around 8,000 to, at the moment, about 1,500. 1,400 even. So, yeah, if I lose retinue units... or, you know, the squads or whatever within that retinue, I'm not sure how to put it exactly, but I can't replace them. However, that does represent about 4,000 troops that at the moment are actually costing me quite a lot to replenish, so we're going to... oh, they're set to not reinforced. Okay, that's fine. We can actually split them off because at the moment I've also got raised troops in there as well. So if I split off the retinues, and then this should be the non... Okay, so because we've got the civil war going on, it's saying due to enemy presence in our homelands, only 1237 out of 1362. So that we're losing about 100 manpower. That's going to have to that's extra manpower that we'll have to replenish. But at the moment, we are losing a lot of cash. Well, I say a lot. We're losing cash. I don't want to be losing cash. So we're going to stand down those guys. We're going to get our retinues back up north, and we'll make sure they've got some reasonably capable generals there. And we're actually going to unpause. Now, will my laws have stayed as Dynastry? Okay, yes. Oh, well, okay. Wow, I like this guy even less. He's just expelled all Jews from the realm. Okay. Also, I've got a possibility to become ambitious. Ambitious is going to be useful. So I'm going to take that, and... oh, it didn't give me the ambitious trait. Oh, it would have been very useful. Right, so this is a bunch of Tanistry messages. Who are they actually favouring? This is the kind of family tree we have. My 13-year-old uncle. I mean, sure. We could actually... I think he was one of the people... yeah, that's just silly. My 13-year-old uncle. We could actually back him. Do I? I could... okay, I'd actually have to... I could start a succession faction, but... no, leave faction. We could get Prince Brichan. Because he's the heir, he might be slightly more popular. It might be easier to actually get backing for him rather than backing for me as the Duke. So I'm basically backing my successor as the heir. Also, I should probably... I married... let's see. Oh, my wife's pregnant. That's quite useful. So there's a possibility of inheriting the Duchy of Provence as well, but still. Right, so, okay, we're going to go with that instead. We're going to try and get some support for my direct successor as the next claimant for the throne of England. I also seem to have lost my steward. And we'll definitely go with the Baron of Titucci because he has the ambition to become steward. So there we go. And also, he'll like me slightly better. So, nobody likes me particularly. In fact, my reputation seems to have gone down. Not quite sure why it's gone down with some of these people. So, Tanistry's not too bad. We're going to decrease people's opinion of me even further because we basically want to have the most number of troops we can get. We're going to need the most number of troops that we can get. Let's see more dynasty messages. I should actually cast a vote myself, shouldn't I? Because of course I can. So where is he? Oh, and also it's a daughter. A Delsa. Okay, I think there's been plenty of Delsa MacJedis at this point. I did put a fair few names in the list, but the same ones do seem to come up a lot. Oh, I've given the game away there. I mean, Caption Guy put a fair few in the list. You heard nothing? You heard nothing. Nothing happened. Why can't I select? Or am I just not seeing him? No, that's Svetislav. There we go, Bricken. Okay, we're going to go vote for him. Right, she should be heir to the Duchy of Provence. There we go. So MacJedi is going to inherit Provence. So I have, as you can see, I've got this new decision available. So this is, at any time I can send a demand to the king, but we want more backing first, basically. And what I'm also going to do is just, I mean, let my retinues recover. Also try and build up some military infrastructure in my holdings. Let's see, 2,400. Do we have anyone better? Are we still... although he's 54, he's likely to... and he doesn't have any heirs. He's likely to cop it. We're not going to be too fussed that he's the Tannist, because Jirahi's fairly young still. And, you know, if he's backing his 13-year-old uncle, which that's just silly, then there's a very good chance that that will all be fine. Actually, one thing I am going to do is change my primary title holding to the Duchy of the Isles, because that's where my, you know, power base is. So there we go. Although, for some reason, it's saying title loss on succession. Why is it saying that? Oh, what? Why has it changed to Gavelkind when I changed my... Oh, wait, okay. Apparently changing the duchy title changed the laws. If I change back, it goes back to Tanistry. Huh. I didn't know that happened with duchy titles. 600 plus hours of playing, and I honestly, that's caught me by surprise. Okay, I guess we're going to stick with Northumberland then. Because for some reason, the Duchy of the Isles title is tied to being Gavelkind laws. Huh. That's... I don't know. Maybe that's to do with the fact that the king, the kingdom level title is now Gavelkind. Possibly. Because that's de jure part of Scotland. And this is, you know, not at this point. This is still de jure part of England. So, interesting. Okay, there we go. We learned a thing. So let's have a look at... oh, Dublin's being sieged at the moment. Hopefully the Scottish forces will... Yeah, they should do. They've got a big enough army. Yeah, anyway, let's have a look, see if there's any military infrastructure that we can build. A keep in Bamborough, that would actually be really quite useful. That gives you a bigger levy from that particular place. There's a keep in Borough. Training grounds in, well, Dublin. Cleath, however you say that. I'm not up on my Scots Gaelic. And then Mitford, which was the very newest holding, which has nothing at all. Dagobah is also looking a bit empty. Oh, we inherited Dagobah, didn't we? Yeah, that was right. We inherited Dagobah. Oh, hello. Okay, the Duke of Mercia's just declared his war for... We'll keep a tab on that. That might be interesting. And, oh, King Simon of Scotland has created... No! No, don't do that! No! That means... Oh, no, you ratbag. Tanistry is going to mess that up so much. Not Tanistry, a Gavelkind. No, that's going to get split between his sons now. No! This is... Okay, this just got more annoying. This just got more annoying. I'm probably not going to get Scotland back as a whole. Do we have... No, we're not going to automatically get a claim because... Oh, God. Okay, so Ireland, or Scotland too, is... we're going to have to do like a war of reconquest or something. This is gonna be annoying. This is gonna be really annoying. My kingdom! My beautiful kingdom! What did you do, CK2? What did you do? This is why I love this game, though. Stuff like this happens. People stab you in the back, and all my vassals in that case stabbed me in the back. So it's stuff like that happens, and it feels like a kind of a real bit of history. Almost, you can imagine them in the history books writing hundreds of years later about the deposition, the throwing down of Jiraki MacJedi, just by everybody because nobody liked him apparently. So yeah, it's stuff like that. This is why people play these games, because Paradox games are very good at sort of generating stories, if you like. They're very, very good at coming up with these sort of alternate histories where things might have happened this way. And I think CK2 especially, because you've got all the kind of interpersonal relations thrown in, that you've actually got a lot more named characters in the mix compared to, say, EU4. It just gives it an extra feeling. Right, so he's actually joined in with that. Well, maybe I should throw my lot in. I mean, it would be a MacJedi on the throne, but it's still going to be annoying. There's no way it's not going to be annoying. I could also, I've just realised, set my retinues to start reinforcing again, but we'll set them at half rate because my income's not huge at the moment. I have lost... This has been the biggest hit. I've lost a lot of income. I'm unlikely to be able to start hiring lots of mercenaries. I'm certainly not helping Simon Buchanan. Like, he's on his own with this one. He can see what it tastes like to have all of his vassals rebelling against him. I'm certainly not going to do anything. I'm not going to lift a finger to help this guy at all. But on the other hand, my Scotland is getting so messed up. My beautiful Scotland! What did you do? What did you do? Anyway. Oh, it's messy. It's like, history is messy, and this game has just gotten very messy. So, yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, no. I have a new appreciation for King Simon of Scotland. I really don't. I might say that to his face, but no. So he's sent his chancellor to my court to try and, persuade me as his most disloyal vassal that he's actually a nice chap, really. But no. I am going to stab him in the back at the closest opportunity. And although once upon a time I'd probably have said something, right, I've got to get myself in the mindset of house capturing guy for all this backstabbing and skullduggery. It's not even really backstabbing and skullduggery, it's just like trying to overthrow this usurper king, along with everybody else that's trying to overthrow this usurper king. Well, nobody's joined the faction, so, anyway, I'm just gonna fast forward things a bit. We're actually slightly losing a bit of money, but I think it's worth taking the slight hit so we would start reinforcing. It's actually 5,000 troops, so it's even more than I thought. Monks from a nearby monastery have been stopping by to trade for supplies quite often lately. They usually linger to talk and exchange knowledge. Chance of gaining +1 learning. And I didn't, but I think I might have gotten some piety out of it, so that's fine. It didn't actually cost me anything, I don't think. So learning is my only decent trait. I might as well have it, if I get the chance to increase it, sure, why not? Do I have... no, I have no valid ambitions right now. Oh, he's using me to lead troops. Oh, this isn't good. Why are you using me to lead troops? I have a marshal of 3. I don't know, the king is using me to lead troops. That's not good. If I die in battle, then actually it's this guy that then becomes the... Oh, anyway, so being back to a tenantry is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just going to make things annoying. It's going to mean lots of older, well, dukes and possibly kings until I can change it. No, he really isn't. Well, he's still working on me, but No, no, I have a new appreciation. Yeah, sure. Just I'm going to tell you that to your face, and then the moment you go out the door, I'm going to start throwing darts at the big portrait that I hung on the back of the door of King Simon. King Simon the Bastard. It's a pity I can't actually force him to have that nickname, but I would if I could. So I could just present my demands now, but the thing is, my manpower is not recovered. My retinue troops have not recovered. What is my manpower up to? No, it's not even halfway yet. So, I mean, my vassals don't give me a lot. My actual manpower isn't that much. It's the retinues that basically bump me up to being a... For goodness sake, no, go and pester somebody else. Can we arrange an accident for this guy? The Earl of Westmoreland. He's starting to bug me. Let's kill the Earl of Westmoreland. He's just really starting to irritate me. Who can we invite to the plot? Nobody wants in on this plot. Oh, well, okay. I'm just going to leave the plot there anyway because he's irritating me. Really is. Right, King Simon isn't doing so well. I'm just being a bystander during this civil war, basically. Once my retinues are fully reinforced, maybe at that point I could throw my hat in the ring. It would be messy, very messy, but I don't know. It might be too late by that point, though, because he's losing badly. He basically doesn't have any troops. And apart from the ongoing civil war, he's now also got Moray and Lothian and Mercia against him. So, yeah, he won't have a lot of troops left over. And he's actually just about to lose an army there to these Ulsterian forces. So, not only is King Simon going to be a very short reigning king, he's also going to have lost this civil war that he's inherited from me. So, frankly, he's a bit of a rubbish king. Us MacJedis could have done it so much better. And, yeah, he's learning. He's learning. It's a lot easier to... wasn't there a whole thing in the first book of A Song of Fire and Ice? There's a whole thing with when King Robert was still alive and he was chatting away with Ned Stark and saying, oh, it's very different to try and win a crown than it is to actually try and govern. Well, King Simon is absolutely finding that out for himself, and he's not doing well at all. He's turned Scotland into... Oh, well, anyway. I really hope we can get some period of stability, because I don't want Scotland to go the way of England, which at the moment... I mean, what happened was... the previous king, where are we? Berthold Salian, actually died at the quite young age of 27, leaving his 11-year-old daughter to inherit. So immediately, an opportunistic caption guy declared war to try and reclaim the throne. It really is only that one war going at the moment. But caption guy's not doing so well. How's caption guy? Look at that, 87% in favour of Queen Clemencia. So... yeah, despite it being a reasonably powerful faction, it looks like they're not going to win that. It looks like the Salians are keeping their grip on the English throne. But I don't want Scotland to become this perpetually civil war embattled state, because it would make my grand plan completely untenable. I still have my grand plan, goddammit. We still need to take Finland and Norway and Sweden and Denmark. I still need to create my North Sea Empire, and it's just not going to happen. Right, what have we got? Right, this is a whole bunch of messages. Someone's founded a lower crown authority faction, disease outbreak, another pope. Wait, why is there a siege of... Oh, well, technically I'm in this civil war. Maybe I should fight those troops. I don't really want to fight those troops, though. I don't particularly care for King Simon. If the Duke of Mercia succeeds, honestly, I'm more okay with it because it's a MacJedi on the throne. It might be slightly easier to arrange a succession, except it might not be, because the MacJedis, well, as we've seen in previous episodes, the MacJedis are getting quite widespread at this point. And actually trying to find where the Duke of Mercia is in relation to where I am it's probably going to be a little bit difficult. It depends which branch of the family he's from exactly. We've got 59 living MacJedis, so the family's getting a bit widespread, a bit more diverse. And well, if only we had a couple more, you know, MacJedis as the crowned heads of Europe, suddenly the MacJedis would be the new Carlings. Talking of MacJedis that are crowned heads of Europe, how is King Emrys getting on? He's still fighting some civil wars, but he's still alive and kicking. Apparently he's been a bit of a scrape. He's managed to get scarred as a trait, but he's also brave, honest. He's actually got a really nice set of traits. Look at this. Brilliant strategist. He's got charitable, brave, humble, honest, kind. He's a fantastic king. You would absolutely want him as a king, except it's the fact that he's not French that's causing all kinds of issues. So he's still got one defensive war against a claim war, basically, against the King of Aquitaine and the King of Castile. Although it's oh yeah, it would be Aquitaine that would inherit, basically. So this would be Aquitaine is they're still Capets, aren't they? Yes, but they're Occitan Capets. They're not actually they're sort of Southern French. They're not actually French proper Capets. And Castile, they're also Capets. So yeah, the Capets are kind of everywhere but on the actual throne of France, which is occupied by an Irish MacJedi with a lot of sons. But I don't know, how's he actually doing in these wars? We'll actually mouse over and see. He's just about winning his Navarrese war, which is not that surprising. And it's actually slightly against him in the other war, the Crown Claim War. So, yeah. Who's actually on the throne of... Are they Salians as well? Yeah. So Salians on the throne of England and the Holy Roman Empire. We've got MacJedi's on the throne of, well, not Scotland, but definitely in France. We've got Capets in Portugal, Castile, and southern France. And it's all just... I don't know. It's a mess. It's a complete mess. No! He's still hanging around my court. Go away! Earl Mace of Westmoreland. Just be gone with you. Why can't I get rid of this annoying pest? Why do I keep agreeing with him that the king is a wonderful man? He's not! Go away! Oh, hello! Look at this. My military strength is 407% of wow. Right, maybe he's obviously just lost so much. We're actually going to just refound the faction of me for Scotland. The actual King of Scotland is super weak right now. He's badly losing. Oh, I don't know. Let's do it. This is okay. We've mostly got our retinues back. We'll actually bump that up to the full whack, as it were. We'll go down to the minimum speed. Come on. What's he going to say? He might just concede. What's his reply going to be? I'm on tenterhooks right now. No, he's saying no, even though... Oh, hello. Right. So. Right. More civil war. Okay, so I forced the issue and he said no, even though he's in a horribly weak position, which sounds maybe slightly familiar. He's got so little support left at this point. I'm just going to march my retinue armies up to Ross, and we're just going to siege, basically. And although I don't have any particularly good generals left, let's stick them there. Okay, I will raise my troops here just to bolster the numbers slightly. I don't think I can... Oh, is it worth getting my troops over from Dublin? No, there isn't any troops I could get over from Dublin. I've also got over 1,000 troops I can raise from Castle MacJedi directly. So we're just going to leave them there for now. We're not actually going to march them across. We're going to link up with this main army, basically. Now, it probably would be safer to bring them by boat. Just coming to think of that, rather than march them all the way through Scotland. How many boats have I got available? 30 out of... I'd have 40 odd boats, which would be enough for the Oh, it's not actually quite enough. No, we're going to have to march these troops. We don't have enough boats, basically. Not without doing lots of awkward splitting of armies. So, the reason why I'm avoiding these troops is I think I'm going to be effectively hostile to them right now because, yes, if I march them in there, they will fight. And that's actually a bigger army. But the question is, will we sort of get up there in time to actually siege? We might have to force the siege of Ross, essentially. And I think sieging his only, the King Simon's only held county. This is a bit precipitous. This is faster or sooner rather than I wanted, but it's, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to take advantage of the timing, and my retinue troops are basically fully reinforced at this point. So I don't know. I might be. It's still going to be inheriting a mess. But if I can get control now before it gets any messier, I do not want this Gavelkind succession to happen. The fact that he's created Ireland, Scotland too, is not great. Oh, hello! No, we marched into that fight. Didn't want that fight. That's not good. And they've got a nice defense hills bonus there as well. I do have more troops, but yeah, it's fine. We're going to win that fight. We're also starting to siege Ross, except I don't have quite enough troops. So we're beating one flank of their army. And that means this flank will be able to help the other flank. So we should actually win this fight relatively easily. Okay, Prince Burhan has become a detached priest, apparently. He's ill, that's not good. Also slothful, but he's also got charitable, kind, and ambitious, which is not a totally awful set of stats to have. Now, I think we'll actually try and marry for martial score. I could try and marry for title, but there's no eligible princesses or anything, or duchesses or anything like that. So, who's got a really good martial score and not terrible other scores? Because sometimes you'll find someone's got a really excellent, like, one set of scores, and then she's got Holy Warrior. Interesting. Learning 5, Intrigue 5, not terrible, but Diplomacy 3 is a bit meh. She's got Diplomacy 8, Stewardship 9, but Intrigue 3, Learning 2. It's actually, this is playing the newer versions of they've actually changed this quite a lot. Like, breeding does not work in quite the same. Well, actually, no, I'm not actually sure how much they've changed it. It's more upbringing works quite differently in newer versions of the game, but maybe I'm just completely misremembering that that breeding now also works a bit differently. But maybe it does. Maybe I'm not misremembering. I don't know. So anyway, we're looking for someone young enough that will bear lots of healthy children, but also doesn't have totally terrible. Oh, hello, you're good. You're very good. Hungarian. Let's get some Hungarian MacJedi, shall we? Her stats are alright. She's got Wrath, but apart from that, look at that. 8, 8, 8. Oh, she's a catch. 11 and 12. Let's go for her. It's going to cost me prestige, or it's going to cost my, vassal prestige, but that's fine. My heir, rather. But yeah, no, we absolutely. I hope he survives. He's not terrible. Oh no! God damn it! I was wounded. Wounded's not good. Wounded isn't necessarily awful. Most of the time, if your character's got a decent health stat, then oh, there we go. Maximum feudal levies has actually passed. They will survive and they'll just get a scar. But if they've got a low health stat, then it can be much less good. Anyway, we're winning that fight. I didn't actually intend to fight the forces of Moray and Mercia there, but we did. And actually, if it impedes their progress to claiming the crown, then it's fine. So that marriage has gone through. That's fine. We can get prestige or gold. I'm going to go for prestige because prestige is going to be more useful at the moment. So she's actually arrived in the court. Could we make her, like, anything? No, I think Spy Master would be the only thing. We can call in vassals of our former liege. Interesting. Okay. I can possibly call in Finland. Who else? Gwyneth. Did they achieve... I think they actually achieved success. I think they got their... No, he's still fighting. No, they are still fighting. Okay, I can request that they actually join my war. Duke Colban is Albany. Okay. Well, it's effectively requesting that they back me, and I might as well ask Finland as well. The Archbishop of Finland. That's interesting. I wonder how that mechanic works. This is one of these things. Like, I haven't been the initiator of civil wars very often in my time playing CK2. So that's a new one on me, calling in vassals of the former liege. So basically, I guess, if they've got a low enough opinion of their nominal king, or if they're actively rebelling, as the Duke of Gwynedd is, Gwynedd rather, no, he's saying no, then yeah, you can actually ask them to join you. Interesting. No, they're all saying no, however. It might be that they don't like me enough, or that they're involved, or too involved with their own wars, essentially. Right, do I want to try and force this? They're all saying no. Okay. Well, it was a nice thought. Do I want to try and force this siege? I could actually also raise some troops from Dagobah itself, because I still have a barony in that particular county that I hold. So, is there anything else to do right now? Just waiting for a siege to finish, basically. I'm just looking around the kingdom. Losing a bit of cash with the troops raised, but we've got more than enough. And, oh, okay, this is interesting. We'll take a look at this. Once again, for the... How many times has it been now? This is like the 4th or 5th crusade that Pisa has... I mean, just the back and forth continues. So once again, Pisa has reclaimed the Levant. They've reclaimed Jerusalem. So, okay then. Anyway, doings in the other side of the world. I mean, it's always interesting to see what else is happening on the map. Again, that's the joy of Paradox games. Is keeping tabs on the rise and fall of other empires and kingdoms and crusades and things like that. So, this might take a while. Let's speed it up a little bit and hope that I am successful, that I beat out the other claimants. I'm going to get, I think, more war score from getting Ross. Oh, hello. Okay. He wants to become Waldensian. And I can basically, go, oh, sure, okay, I'll become a heretic as well, which occasionally is a thing you might want to do. But it's not like EU4 where there's a whole Reformation mechanic. That just can't happen in CK2, basically. However, if enough people embrace the heresy, it basically becomes mainstream. So... I've seen screenshots, because I haunt the CK2 subreddit. You'll get Europe and it's just all like Fraticelli or Waldensian or Lollard or whatever. So, yeah, it's occasionally you'll see people going out of their way to try and flip Catholicism to be one of the so-called heresies. But it's not a particularly frequent thing, and trying to go it on your own is... We're not going to do it, we're just not. So, basically, I need a new bishop. And, okay, right, well, we know what happened there. So, okay, right. We're not going to get the throne of Scotland back just yet. We will, however, get Ireland and Wales. Anyway, right, this is just, okay. I can call in allies. We're still both maybes. Sure, we'll call in both of those, if they will join me. We already tried to call in Dehubarth, he probably will just ignore me again. And, oh wow, okay. To the most despicable Duke Jurahi. I don't know why he's saying that. He's actually got a quite positive opinion of me. Okay, no idea. To the pitiful Duke Jurahi. Well, I don't know which is worse, pitiful or despicable. Anyway, the current king, the new king of Scotland is... Well, it's a MacJedi. It's King Pharaoh. He actually won. So, the kingdom is now based out of England. Okay. We're still... Oh, I'm now at war with him. Rather than at war with Simon Buchanan. I would have to... I'd have to fabricate a claim on Ireland, basically. This is the part. This is what I mean when I say it gets really messy. So I wasn't fast enough, and now I've got to fight Scotland proper. So this is going to be fun. Okay, right. What troops can I raise that I haven't raised already? Not a lot. Just my Irish troops, which is like 100 men. So we'll just disband them. And less than 200 vassal troops. It's not a lot, really. A lot of them don't like me enough. And actually, a lot of them are bishops. Bishops don't really give you troops to speak of. So, I'm hostile, but I'm not actually at war with that guy. Oh, it never rains, but it pours. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to pause the episode. I'm actually going to go for the next episode there, and we're going to. Oh God! I know I'm being called to arms. Who he's going to war with? Sure, why not? Some Muslims. Okay, right. So yeah, this is. I don't. We've ended up with the map looking even worse than last time. Even if I can get Scotland itself back, I still then have to get Scotland too. Curse you, Simon Buchanan! Curse you! Anyway, so hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and I know I haven't. If you have, you can hit the like button. You can leave any comments below. You can catch my other CK2 videos on the appropriate playlist. You can sub to my channel if you haven't already. And, as always, stay tuned for more.